The following program contains material that is not suitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the Community Media Center Marin, it's MarINSANITY.
What's happening, Mars? MarINSANITY. Make some noise, y'all. Come on, MarINSANITY. This is so fantastic. I am your host, Phil Woods. Yes. We have a stacked lineup for you. It's going to be fantastic. We have comics performing from all over the country, performing at all the comedy clubs in the Bay Area. It's going to be fantastic. Are y'all ready to have a fantastic show? Make some noise if you are. Come on. Fantastic show. That is great. I live in San Francisco, but I'm from Oakland, okay? San Francisco is a crazy place to live. Real crazy place to live, okay? It's cool, but it's crazy. This is when I figured out San Francisco was crazy, okay? I was driving in a U-Haul truck from Oakland that I just rented, okay? I was smoking weed in the U-Haul truck because weed is legal and I'm from Oakland, you know what I'm saying? I stopped at a red light, looked to my left, I seen a Taco Bell and a KFC in one building, you know what I mean? I didn't know how to take that. I was kind of high, you know what I'm saying? So I just got in a high daze, just wondering what kind of machinery do they have going on in there, you know? I didn't know if they had fried chicken chalupas in a bucket, you know what I mean? I didn't know what was going on. The light turned green. I went on about my business. When I got to the next red light, I reminisced about what I just seen at the last red light, and I came to a conclusion that San Francisco is so expensive that Taco Bell needs a roommate. You know what I mean? That is a true joke. That is a true joke, but I love where I live. I live in the outer Sunset, right over there by Ocean Beach, right over there by Golden Gate Park. Yeah, fantastic area to live. All of my homies from Oakland always ask me, Phil, how can you afford to live in San Francisco? Like, I was with you in the 5th grade. You flunked out at math every single year, okay? You was in the special ed class, which means you can't sell drugs accordingly to make the rent every single month. How can you afford it, Phil? I say, look, it's a few things that you got to do if you want to live in San Francisco. Number one, try to get you a house with rent control, okay? Very important. Number two, try to get you a job with one of these tech companies, Lyft, Uber, or one of those. Number three, which is most important, you must learn how to live with 16 white roommates, okay? That's all you got to do if you want to live in San Francisco. I love my 16 white roommates to death. The best people in the world. Oh my God, it's 16 of them in this one refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? So I eat dinner for free every morning at 3 a.m. while they're asleep. I've never eaten so much raw, vegan, no HMO, GMO, hummus, kale, arcade fire, LCD sound systems, Sonny and Cher, kombucha, smoothies in my life. I haven't been constipated since I moved in there. It's the best thing in the world. When I sit on the toilet, I don't push, I just think, and it comes right out. But I love San Francisco. I've been a vegetarian for about a year now. I don't know if I could go vegan because I still want to be nice to other human beings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went vegan for about 6 days and I was the angriest person in the world. I got in 3 arguments with 3 waitresses in 6 days, and those aren't some good statistics for a black guy living in Trump's America. And I'm not going to jail over a $17 tofurkey burger with no cheese that tastes like the inside of a teddy bear. That is just disrespectful. No cheese, and then I had the nerves to try to get the vegan cheese. Guess what? It doesn't melt. How disrespectful is that? Cheese that doesn't melt. What the health? What the health? You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of weird. But I need flavor. I'm from Oakland. I need flavor. Flavor is everything to me, okay? That's why my girlfriend is Latino, and I did that on purpose because I need flavor, okay? Mexicans are the flavor of this country. Without Mexicans, this country would taste like Whole Foods salad bar, okay? I don't know if you've ever ate at Whole Foods salad bar. Have you ever had a burrito from Whole Foods? Oh my God, disrespectful. It tastes like a warm sock with pico de gallo in the middle of it. It's not that good. I almost swung the sock around and hit Travis in his nice ass haircut with it. Give me my money back and keep the Mexicans here. It's crazy. That has been my time. Are y'all ready for your next comic, y'all? Okay, our first performer was named by the Refinery 29 as one of the 50 female stand-up comedians you need to know. A board-certified practicing physician in the eternal medicine. She truly believes that laughter is the best medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together right now. Come on, for Priyanka Wally, y'all.
Some noise for Feel, everybody. Yes. That's right. Feel is right. I am actually a real doctor. I'm a practicing physician in internal medicine. Surprise. And I'm just trying to make it in comedy so I can quit medicine. And clearly my parents are thrilled. I remember telling my dad at a very early age, Dad, when I grow up, I want to be a comedian. He said to me, Priyanka, it's pronounced physician. And I said, but Dad, you know they say laughter is supposed to be the best medicine. He said, only people who don't have health insurance say those kind of things. And, you know, when I went to med school, my dad was like, Priyanka, you should become a brain surgeon. And I was like, why? He's like, because then everybody's going to think you're smart. And you know what? Thanks to Ben Carson, we don't have to think like that anymore. So I am celebrating, though. I'm celebrating because, my friends, this month, for the first time ever, I got LASIK eye surgery. Yeah, thank you. I don't know if anyone here is thinking about getting LASIK or is on the fence about it, but if you're on the fence, do it. It changed my life. I immediately dumped my boyfriend. Because I could just finally see him for how useless he really was. One night I cooked my ex a nice chicken dinner. He came home and he said to me, I don't eat chicken anymore. I said, why not? He said, I saw this documentary and I don't like the way they treat those chickens. I was like, well, they treat other animals pretty poorly too. You gonna give up meat? He said, I didn't watch those documentaries. So let's get some steak. And I was like, well, you know what? I just saw a documentary about women cooking chicken meals for their man, and they don't seem to like it too much. So I don't think I'm going to be doing that anymore. So I dumped his ass. My best friend is also getting married this month. She's having a destination wedding at City Hall. And I finally got the wedding invitation in the mail. And on the front of the invite, there was this quote, and the quote said, and I quote, you know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams. Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss said that. I mean, what do I know? But if you can't fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams, that sounds a lot like my cousin who is schizophrenic. So I responded to the invite. Dr. Seuss, huh? Dear Thing 1 and Thing 2, I will not attend in a house. I will not attend with a mouse. I do not like weddings. I don't understand. I do not like them, Priyanka. I am. Thank you. And, you know, if you ain't clapping, if you haven't read Green Eggs and Ham, there's no way you're going to get that joke. And on the bottom of the invite, there were all these wedding details, the address and whatnot. And at the bottom, there are the words, adult reception to follow. Adult reception to follow. Now, what she was trying to say was that she didn't want to have kids or babies at the wedding. But if you don't want to have kids at your wedding, just say on the invite, no kids, no babies. I'm looking at this reading, adult reception to follow. I'm grabbing handcuffs and a big bottle of lube for a proper adult reception. Speaking of adult receptions, I recently got gifted with a bidet. Yep. A bidet is a device that you strap onto your toilet and then it shoots water right up your anus. Causes your anus to wink. An anal wink. It's a real medical term. And I was initially very much on the fence about this, and my friend said to me, no, this is the way to go. I mean, if a piece of crap fell on your hand, would you wash it off or would you wipe it off? I said, you better install this thing into my toilet ASAP. So the first time I used it, I turned the thing on and the water just shot straight up into my butt. And initially, my butt was like, no, out, no. But then it relaxed and winked. Anal wink. And I'll be selling some bidets after the show. Thank you very much. A little bit more about myself. Happy to be performing for the white people of Marin tonight. But I live in San Francisco, so I have the privilege of living amongst some of the most entitled and educated homeless people. The other day I was leaving my apartment. I went to a deli, got a sandwich and a coffee, fair trade, because I'm not a monster. I saw the bill, paid $200 for that thing. Then I walked down the street, I saw this homeless guy, and he was drinking a beer. So I came up to him, and I was like, you know, sir, you really shouldn't drink on an empty stomach. Would you like half of my sandwich? He said to me, is that gluten-free? I said, no, why do you ask? He said, sorry, honey, I'm a vegan, which doesn't even make any sense. And then this homeless guy pulled out a little vial and started to do a little bit of cocaine right in front of me. And I stared at him, and I was shocked. And then he says to me, you know, honey, you really shouldn't watch someone doing coke without being high yourself. You want a hit? I was like, I don't know, is that organic? He's like, no, why do you ask? I was like, sorry, honey, I'm a prude. Then he's like, well, I'm a vegan, you're a prude. That's basically the same thing. We should be friends. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I met my life coach. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Before I get out of here, let me tell you one thing. It's really weird being a doctor because people ask me the weirdest questions all around San Francisco and whatnot. The other day, I had this very old man come up to me, and he's like, Doc, I really need a prescription for medical marijuana. I said, listen, I'm not that kind of doctor, but what is the reason, old man, that you need medical marijuana? He said, I just want to get my grandkids to visit me more often. Thank you very much, you guys. Thank you. I'm Priyanka Wally. Let's give it back to your host, Phil.
Keep it going for Priyanka Wally one more time. Very funny. Okay, our next comedian has been named Comic to Watch by Broke Ass Stewart and has performed on the Kill Tony podcast during Sketchfest. He also has his own YouTube channel called Stay After Class. Put your hands together for Ashton Tate, y'all. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, you guys are too kind. How you doing tonight? Yeah. Cool. You guys like drinking? Yeah. You ever play that drinking game where you watch a movie, but you have to take a sip whenever you remember you're by yourself? I was watching TV the other day. I was watching Jeopardy. Watched an entire episode of Jeopardy. Didn't get a single answer right. Feel like at that point you're really just watching the news. It was so bad that I was answering questions during the commercials just to see if I could get those right. They had a commercial for Viagra. They said, what's the worst thing than not being able to get an erection? I was like, what is having one at Best Buy? Okay. Growing up as a kid, my dad would often take me into the garage and show me how to work in his car. And as an adult, I'm learning he was just teaching me how to avoid my mom. He would always tell me, he was like, Ashton, marriage is worth more than gold. And now he's like, Ashton as your roommate. So. A lot of my friends are getting married, though. Like, one of my friends just got married. He said that he knew that she was the one because when they first met, they made such strong eye contact. So he asked me when's the strongest moment I made eye contact, and I was like, probably when someone helped me move a really heavy couch. when I knew my dad was the one. I do think it's weird, though, that a lot of girls say they enjoy long walks on the beach, yet they never ask out those guys with metal detectors. It's just me and Carl out there. I feel like people are extra careful with what they say nowadays. Like, I was at a party recently, and we were hanging out in the living room, and a fly came into the living room, and my friend was like, "Kill him!" Or her. Which is weird, you know, because it's like, don't misgender her, but please murder her. Seems weird. I noticed a lot of girls around town have shirts that say, "I woke up like this." You know, I feel like that message is good. You're beautiful no matter how you look in the morning. But whenever I see a guy wearing it, it feels kind of fake, you know, because it's like if you believed in that message, you would have an erection. Also notice that you never see any attractive people wearing free hug shirts. It's like the shirt says free, but the face says please. It's weird. My ex was a bigger gal, and it actually made Valentine's Day more romantic because it was easier for her to surprise me with gifts behind her back. I was like, "Oh, babe, how'd you know I wanted a Toshiba?" Rare television. But her and I broke up because we got into different online colleges, so that's that. A lot of my friends think college should be free. I remember when they made the first 2 years of community college free. I was like, that's great, but what about the remaining 5? A lot of my friends were trying to get me to vote for mayor. I didn't know who to pick. They were like, just think about it this way, Ashton. Which type of mayor would you rather sit down and have a beer with? One who's a Republican or a Democrat? And to me, it's like a Democrat, obviously, you know, because they'd make someone else pay for it. Joke worked a lot better at the Young Republicans Conference. I guess that's on me. I got a book from the library recently. The guy who read it before me left notes in the margin, except they weren't helpful. Never seen that before. Like the author said, in 1973, $100 was still a damn good buck, and in the margin it just said, "Yep." I've been trying to do audiobooks. Got a tantric sex audiobook. It's just a guy repeating, "I can't do this." Okay. It's a late reaction. You're right. I feel like dating will be pretty cool when I get older. Like my grandma, she's 78 years old, and she says dating is great at her age. She was like, "Ashton, I can see multiple men at the same time, and they never figure it out because all older men smell the same." She said it, and she said the one time she almost got caught, though, she was seeing one of those guys who had a walker, you know, with the 4 legs, and then her other guy came home and he was like, "Hey, whose tennis ball is this?" I use a Spalding, and this says Wilson. Who's Wilson? It's good. Speaking of grandmas, you guys know the granny shot in basketball? You guys know that? You shoot underhand. Not many people know the granddad shot. It's the same thing, except you tell your opponent why you don't trust Koreans. That's the granddad shot. Okay. Thinking recently about why there's this stereotype that the strippers who show up at your house are often dressed as cops. You know? I guess it's because you don't want cops showing up at your house, so that's what makes it cool if they're taking off their clothes. But I could think of someone I'd rather not be at my house more, and that'd be my landlord. You know? Like if they're landlord strippers. You know? You could only make it rain in checks. And then he's dancing on you. He's like, "All right, everybody, turn up the music, but not too loud." Okay. My friend has a dance move called the ambulance. It's where you walk up to any single group of girls and they just get out of the way. Pretty good at it. I used to be a dancer in high school. I used to do Dance Dance Revolution. Do you guys know that game? The video game. One time I was playing it at the mall and this girl walked up. She was like, "Hey, Ashton, they say if you're good at dancing, you're probably good in the bedroom." And I was like, "I know, I have it set up there too." Can I check it out? Also in high school, I remember that was the first time I kissed a girl, and up until that moment, I'd watched a lot of romantic movies. And in those movies, the male lead will always kiss the female lead with his eyes open and then say something really romantic. So I tried the eyes open part, and the girl was like, "What are you looking at?" And I was like, "Your soul. Don't get on the plane." That was just for her. Okay. All right. I do, another video game that I like when I was in high school is Grand Theft Auto. I love that game. Tried playing it recently as an adult, and I was like, these cops are just doing their job. how do you pull over? It's a pretty violent game. You guys ever notice how when something violent in the news happens, like a shooting, the news will blame it on the way we make guns seem cool in male action movies? I think that's why we need more female action movies. So instead of a guy walking up and being like, go ahead, make my day, it's more like, hold up, let me tell you about my day. All right, thank you very much. My name's been Ashton. Have a good night. Thank you.
Keep it going for Ashton Tate, y'all. All right, your next comic coming up to the stage. She was a finalist in the 2015 Rooster T. Feathers New Talent Comedy Competition and was named top comic in the 2015 Funny Fest Comedy Competition. Please welcome to the stage Miss Shannon Murphy, y'all. Come on, come on, come on.
Hi, you guys. Hi. How you doing? Good. Just fine. Yeah, hi. I'm having kind of a bad day. I found out today that a friend of mine has been spreading rumors about me. Another comedian. He's been going around telling people that I came up to him and said, "Can I hit that?" about his marijuana. Me, you guys. I'm a babysitter. I didn't come up to some random dude in a parking lot and say, "Hey, can I hit that?" I said, "May I hit that?" Like a lady. Of course I can hit that. I know the difference, right? No. A little bit about me. I really like movies where girls are pretending to be boys. You know, like Mulan. She's the Man with Amanda Bynes. You guys get those references. Anyway, I like the big reveal at the end. You know, when she's like, "Guess what? You accidentally respected a woman. Gotcha. Tricked you real good." Yeah, I like that. Speaking of respecting women, I got catcalled right outside here in Marin. I was not expecting that. This guy, he drove by me, and he rolled down his window, and he yelled at me. He yelled, "Yo, bitch, you stacked." I didn't laugh, sir, because I didn't know what stacked meant. I thought he was calling me fat. That's not nice. My friend just explained it means you have, like, big boobs. So I was like, okay, he got me there. Fair enough, sir. Fair enough. I just didn't think anything nice was going to follow "yo, bitch," you know? Call me old-fashioned. Didn't see that coming. No. Can I tell you guys something personal? Is that okay if we get a little personal? Guys keep commenting on how quiet I am in bed. Yeah, like every day a different guy. It's just like, "Shannon, you're so quiet while we make love." And I don't know what to say to that. Like, I'm sorry? I'm a lady. You know, my mom raised me to be a lady. She always told me, "Shannon, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all." So that's fair. I guess I am pretty quiet in bed. Yeah. I don't like when I have sex and I don't have an orgasm. That's bullshit, right? That's not cool. Having sex and not having an orgasm, it's a lot. It's a lot like being the last kid awake at a slumber party, you know, where you're just kind of like, "Oh, I thought we were going to stay up longer." And then you just kind of wish your parents would come pick you up, you know, be at home in your own bed with your own toys, right? No, I'm just a little bit old-fashioned, you guys, that's all, just a little bit. I'm not super old-fashioned. I'm not like saving myself for marriage or anything. That ship sailed and is long gone. And it is full of sailors. So I'm not that old-fashioned. But I'm old-fashioned enough that I'm saving a hole for someone special. Yeah. A-hole. Saving the back door for someone who earns it. I think that's romantic. You guys, it's fine. I can say this. They're going to air it after 10 p.m. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. No. I lost 50 pounds last year. That was pretty cool. Yeah. I used to be a lot fatter. I was like, I didn't know I was pregnant kind of fat. Do you guys remember that show? She does. The rest of you, I can catch you up real fast. I didn't know I was pregnant was the show about women who didn't know they were pregnant. They were just like living their lives. And then one day they're like, "Huh, I have to poop." But then it wasn't poop, it was a baby. Yeah. That show traumatized me as a young adult. I used to marathon it all day. And now to this day, I can't eat Taco Bell for lunch without thinking, like, I'm not ready to be a mom. You know, you don't know when's it gonna be you. That's terrifying. So I date a lot, you guys. I do. I'm looking for love. I want to settle down, find the one. Mostly because I'm bored and want to do butt stuff, but still, it sounds nice. It sounds good. But living in the Bay Area, I pretty much only date engineers. And engineers are weird, you guys. Like every single time I sleep with an engineer, I'm just like, this is nice of me, you know? Right? Like, pat on the back, Shannon. I'm doing my part for the Silicon Valley, you know? Like that movie Jobs should have been about me, right? Seriously. I'm basically running an autism charity out of my bed. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Now, I was dating this engineer last summer, and I woke up feeling kind, feeling charitable. And I turned to him and I was just like, hey, babe, you want me to blow you? He said, that would be amazeballs. I was just like, never mind. It'd be cool beans if you kill yourself, you know? Right, you guys? Right? Yeah, you get it. So I'm a babysitter professionally, which is pretty fun. I take care of 3 kids. I've been with them for 6 years. It's good, yeah. Someone told me that I should have kids because I'm so good with them. And I'm like, well, I kind of have kids. And this girl, she's like, it's not the same. You know, it's not the same. You need to have your own kids. And I was like, I know it's not the same. It's better because I get paid for it. And then I get to leave them and not think about them. It's fun. One of the kids I take care of, he came up to me the other day and he said, hey, Shannon, I know something gross about girls. And I was excited because he's 6. So like, what does he know? And he said, they don't have a penis. He's right. That's pretty gross. And I was just like, Oliver, how do you know this? And he said, Tegan next door showed me. Yeah, I was excited because that meant I got to tell Tegan's uptight mom what her daughter had been doing. It was a very fun day for me. I was like, I'm sorry. That gluten-free diet is not curing her ADD. She's still flashing it around. But then Oliver said something else. He said, Shannon, it was so gross. I couldn't even look at it. And I was just like, uh-oh, that's not a good sign. He's probably going to be an engineer when he grows up. All right, you guys, that's it for me.
All right, keep it going for Shannon Murphy. Keep it going for Priyanka Wally. Keep it going for Ashton Tate. I have been Phil Woods. This has been marINSANITY. You all have been so fantastic. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you.